Okay, so today we are going to learn how to conjugate the verbs ER and IR, or ER-IR verbs, which of course are verbs that end with ER and IR. This is for Eisenhower, so if you're an Anthony kid, go click on the other one. That one's for you. Okay, so just a quick review. Remember that the present tense shows an action that is happening now or that happens in general. We've already learned how to conjugate in the present tense with some AR verbs. Pause while you think of some. Okay, maybe you said practicar, hablar, dibujar, pasar, pasear, sacar. Any of those are fine. So let's go ahead and do an example. I'm going to do hablar, but you can do whatever verb you want. Go ahead and pause this and see if you remember how to do this. So it would be yo. Say it out loud. Hablo, tú. Hablas, él o ella. Habla, nosotros. Hablamos, vosotros. Habláis, and ellos. Oops, I started writing ellos. Ellos hablan. So, remember these endings. Hablo, o, has, a, amos, ais, an. Those are for AR verbs, like practicar and hablar. Okay, moving on. So, regular verbs that end in ER and IR work a little bit differently than regular AR verbs. So like comer, beber, aprender, those are ER verbs. IR, vivir, compartir. So use the information below to figure out exactly how ER and IR verbs work. So, as you guys know, I like to go outside, go for a walk, hang out with friends and family. Although I like to watch TV, I'm honestly sick of it. Quarantine has been a little hard on me, so I decided to reach out to my coworkers at EMS and see what they're up to these days. So we're going to first read here what they had to say, the results. En cuarentena, nosotros vivimos una vida diferente. Ahora no vamos a la escuela y nosotros escribimos muchos correos electrónicos y asistimos a muchas reuniones en Zoom. Pero también vivimos como antes de la cuarentena. Durante la cuarentena, yo miro la televisión y paso un rato con mis amigos y con mi familia por Zoom o FaceTime. A veces yo leo o hago puzzles. La profesora Oglesby, la profesora Kirchek y la profesora Johnson leen mucho. La profesora Johnson también come comida mexicana. El profesor Smith come pizza y mira deportes. Yo también como pizza, pero no miro deportes. Prefiero mirar Netflix. En la mañana, el profesor Dills y yo bebemos café y hablamos sobre nuestros programas favoritos de Netflix. ¿Y tú? ¿Qué haces durante la cuarentena? ¿Lees muchos libros? ¿Escribes correos electrónicos? ¿Miras Netflix? Ok, ahora estamos con preguntas de comprensión. ¿Qué hacen las profesoras Oglesby, Kirchek, y Johnson? Pause while you find the answer. The answer is leen. La profesora Oglesby, la profesora Kirchek y la profesora Johnson leen mucho. 2. ¿Qué come el profesor Smith? El profesor Smith come pizza. ¿Y con quién bebo café y hablo de Netflix? En la mañana, el profesor Dills y yo bebemos café y hablamos sobre nuestros programas favoritos de Netflix. El profesor Dills. Okay, we're going to read it again, and this time you're just going to think about what you're reading and pay attention to the words in green. Those are the verbs we're focusing on today. En cuarentena, nosotros vivimos una vida diferente. Ahora no vamos a la escuela y nosotros escribimos muchos correos electrónicos y asistimos a muchas reuniones en Zoom. Pero también vivimos como antes de la cuarentena. Durante la cuarentena yo miro la televisión y paso un rato con mis amigos y con mi familia por Zoom o FaceTime. A veces yo leo o hago puzzles. La profesora Oglesby, la profesora Kirchek y la profesora Johnson leen mucho. La profesora Johnson también come comida mexicana. El profesor Smith come pizza y mira deportes. Yo también como pizza, pero no miro deportes. Prefiero mirar Netflix. En la mañana, el profesor Dills y yo bebemos café y hablamos sobre nuestros programas favoritos de Netflix. ¿Y tú? ¿Qué haces durante la cuarentena? ¿Lees muchos libros? ¿Escribes correos electrónicos? ¿Miras Netflix? Okay, moving on. Divide the conjugated green verbs above into two categories, ER verbs and IR verbs. Go ahead and pause while you do this if you want. So, vivimos, vivir, that's IR. Escribir, IR. Or if you want to write, you can, instead of writing vivir, you can write vivimos, escribimos, asistimos, over here we have leen, like leer, come, comer, como, bebo, lees. Over here we have escribes. Go ahead and finish that up. And I am going to scroll on down. So using what you know about verb patterns, fill in the following charts. So go back up here. You can use what you did in activity 1 if you want to help you fill it out. The other option you have is to just kind of come up here and see what verb you think it is and meet me back here. Okay, so to eat. Yo como. Tú comes. Él come. Nosotros comemos. Vosotros coméis. Ellos comen. So you can get that figured out by the comer conjugations that you see in the paragraph, like comer, comer. You can get the endings. Another ER verb is leer, so you know the endings ES. You can get this ending on beber for ER. You can get this ending also for ER and this ending. So even though it's not comer, you could have gotten the endings that way. So using that, see if you can go back and do escribir. It's not exactly the same. Okay, yo escribo, tú escribes. Él escribe, nosotros escribimos. Escribís, escriben. So you'll notice the endings are a little different. We have imos, is, en, eso, which are similar, but you'll notice on the ER verbs, hemos, o, es, en. So they're all the same, pretty much, the ER and the IR, except the nosotros and the vosotros have different endings. If you want to write out to the side, if this sort of chart helps you better, just write the endings. You can do that as well. So it'd be o, es, hemos, es, en for ER. And for IR, I'm going to switch up my color because my handwriting's getting sloppy. For IR, the endings would be O, ace, ace, a, emos, is, n. So again, the different ones I just want to draw your attention to are these two. Okay, so now we are going to do some examples here. Again, just go ahead and pause while you write. So we're going to say nosotros vivir en Manhattan. We're going to say we live in Manhattan. So nosotros vivimos en Manhattan. Number 2, ellas comen fruta. Nosotros leemos en español. This one's definitely true. Bebe, café. Ustedes, do you guys run in the park? I don't know. Corren en el parque. Ellas compartir. What does compartir mean? To share. Compart for an IR verb. It's still en. Un sandwich. I hope it's a sandwich de jamón y queso. And tú beber jugo de naranja. Tú, this should have an accent on there. Sorry, guys. Tú bebes jugo de naranja. And last but not least, he lives in Miami. Who could it be? Maybe it's Pitbull. Vive, IR verb, still an E. How'd you do? Hopefully you guys wrote Miami a lot better than I did. As long as you got your verb endings, we're good to go. Go to the next task to practice a little bit more with your ER and IR verbs.